relationship, or are you confused? Which one do you want, a romantic relationship, or you want looking for transactional? Because there's a place you go to any what do you call it? You could go pay for the stuff, right? But you're looking to keep equal. This is problematic talking points that we see all over the place. That's why the modern dating is struggling. The name of this platform is Modern Dating Life. The irony, right? It's crazy. All right, welcome back to the show. Let's go into some Fresh and Fit.
Right.
Okay, sorry, go ahead, Locario.
Now, I was gonna say what happens is a woman is gonna treat a man based off of how he treats himself.
Yes.
So the way that a guy is, how he shows up in the situation is gonna dictate how a woman treats him, because a woman is a reflection. She's the reflection. So if she's disrespecting him, he's doing things that let her think it's okay to be disrespectful to him. You see what I'm saying? So that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
No, it's just like for me, right? Like I'm not like super giga chad. I know I'm not like super jacked. I'm not like super handsome, right? But I'm a very successful guy, and I have good game, and I'm not fucking ugly, right? But it seems to me like in America, like you have to like prove to the average girl, a bitch who works at Starbucks, like, oh, I'm awesome. Like you have to prove yourself to this girl. Like, what do you do? I work at Starbucks. Oh, great. And it's like, why don't we just come at each other as equals? But they don't want that shit. They want the fucking upper hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the average guy, the guy who is the average guy,
We just heard it right now. They prefer Instagram over him.
and it's just it's
A majority of them.
It's sad because it's bad for both sexes.
Yeah.
Because these girls are delusional because they think, oh, I'm an average girl, but I deserve the perfect guy. But even us, I know that when I was younger, I had to work on myself to become the man that I am now, that I have a selection of women that are available to me. When I was younger, I certainly did not have the amount of women that I'm available to like be with right now. And I knew I had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, okay.
All right, so he's capping big time, like most of them do. He's capping big time. The guys that you see on this show, let me just show you who they are. So this was last night. They had this is Fresh and Fit, of course. They had Mr. Locario, they had his partner Miles, and then they had this guy. I've been seeing his name, but I'm seeing him for the first time. Is I think his platform is called Modern Dating Life, something like that. And I heard a lot of he lives in Japan. Women in Japan behave a certain way, and actively comparing Japan modern women lifestyle to America. All right, now one thing I know about these guys is that when it comes to facts, they get that on lock. You can't argue facts with them. When they pull the stats and the data and the facts, they get that on lock. You can't argue that with them. Now, in terms of experience of actual long-term relationships, successful long-term relationships, not just getting women or picking women and then letting them go in the morning, I think they've got that on lock too. But in terms of maintaining long-term relationship, their head is as good as dry. Their brain is as good as dry. They know nothing about that. Now, the Mr. Locario, this guy that you can't really see his face, he's so dark like myself that you can't see his face. I agree with him a lot on some of his how understanding women. Something that a lot of this young men, people like Myron and this guy that's talking, something that they don't like the idea that they have to understand women. They're like, what do you mean understand women? I'm an alpha male. I'm a high value man. I'm the prize. That sounds like a woman, right? Yeah, terrible. So they usually have that rhetoric where they're actively competing with women, and then they wonder why they attract the worst of relationship when it comes to women. Because you don't know your place as a man. If you don't know your place as a man, it's only natural that the woman will drag you 100% of the time. Like this.
Hey! Wait! Hey! Wait! Hey! Wait! Yo! Get off me, nigga! What's wrong with you, nigga?
Come on! Where my glasses?
Get off of me before I drop your goofy ass again. Now beat that, bitch ass nigga. Pay for this shit. Hurry up.
No,
Pay for that shit and hurry up before I drop your ass again. Touch me, then I'm gonna drop
stop
you.
video for it. They
Quit
help
touching
me. You got my key.
Quit touching me,
help
bitch.
you.
No,
help you.
This is exactly how it works in real life. It's not always physical like that, of course. Hopefully it's not physical. If it's physical, talk to someone and remove yourself. That's terrible, right? But let's go through this video again and let's dissect word for word some of the stupid rhetorics that actually Mr. Locario, the dark skinned one, was actually trying to help. He said the right thing, but of course that wasn't good enough for this lame. Okay, not lame, but a modern man, alpha male.
It's coming over to YouTube. Fresh and Fit. Search Fresh and Fit on there. So come on over.
Right.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Locario.
Now, I was gonna say what happens is a woman is gonna treat a man based off of how he treats himself.
Yeah.
And these are sizable books. They're minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3-times author. Those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that.
A woman is going to treat a man based off of how he treats himself. Not just women, by the way. People will mimic how you take care of yourself. People will mimic how you treat yourself, how you carry yourself. People tend to mimic exactly how you carry yourself. It's very important to note that, right? Now, some people don't like that. It's like, hey, what do you mean? We need to hold women accountable. Like, what do you mean? No. Women are adults. They should be held accountable to the same standards. Really? Are you like a feminazi or something? Are you like the godfather of the feminists or something, or feminism? You want equality? Is that what you're looking for in a romantic relationship? By the way, feminism and romantic relationships are two different things, right? But you're the one that's bringing it, or you're subscribing to it. You've been sold on the idea that you need feminism in your relationships, romantic relationships, because that's what it sounds like to me. But again, he said that, and I agree with him 100%. It's how you move. But watch not so much of pushback, but a pushback. He thinks it's going to say something better, but what? Just listen.
So the way that a guy is, how he shows up in a situation is going to dictate how a woman treats him, because a woman is a reflection. She's the reflection. So if
A woman is the reflection. She multiplies whatever you bring. She's reflecting you back to yourself. Some people don't like that. It's like, what do you mean? People are just bad. Really? Some people are just bad? That's how this works? Why do you want her if she's bad? Right? The reality is that she's reflecting exactly how you see yourself. And if that sounds like we're holding you accountable, then it is what it is. But it's the reality. Because again, the person that's common, the common denominator for every girl that treats you this way is you. I'm sorry. I know it's harsh reality, but it's you. Right?
he's disrespecting him, he's doing things that let her think it's
If she's disrespecting you, she's doing things people don't do to you what you don't allow them to do.
okay to be disrespectful to him. You see what I'm saying? So that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
That should be mic drop right there. But of course, it's not enough. We have to hold women accountable, right? Because they're adults. Wrong. It's not relevant. It's a romantic relationship. You went there, you want to smash too, right?
No, it's just like for me, right? Like I'm not like super giga chat. I know I'm not like super jacked. I'm not like super handsome, right? But I'm a very successful guy,
know
and
that
like,
too.
I have good game, and I'm not fucking ugly, right? But it seems to me,
But take your glasses off. Well, I don't care. I'm a guy.
like in America, like you have to like prove to the average girl, a bitch who works at Starbucks, like
You have to prove. We don't have to prove, right? The only thing we have to prove is make sure we're a man of purpose and we're on our purpose and we're moving like a man of purpose. You're projecting, as usual, projecting.
oh, I'm awesome. Like you have to prove yourself to this girl. Like, what do you do? I work at Starbucks. Okay. And it's
Never have to prove myself to a girl. I've never felt that way. I'm 42. I've been around for a minute. And I've been married for 15 years successfully. As in I'm happy, let's say that way, right? So no, I don't agree. Okay, I agree with you, you're right. But that's you projecting your experience on the rest of us. Because one man who's sitting right next to you, by the way, Mr. Locario was uncomfortable throughout because the rhetoric is just not his message, right?
like, why don't we just come at each other as equals? But they don't want that shit. They want the fuck.
Why would you want to come at each other as equals? We don't live in that kind of society. You're not equal. Do you not know your place as a king, as a man? Why do you want to come at yourselves with a woman as equals? This is struggle. That's why you're struggling. That's why everyone that's following your teachings are going to struggle. Even if you don't say this directly to them, they can hear your spirit. You're competing with women. Yeah, that doesn't always work out. Right?
An upper hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the average guy, the guy.
Upper hand? A competition? What? You're matching energy? Well, I'm confused. Is this a relationship or are you confused? Which one do you want, a romantic relationship or you want looking for transactional? Because there's a place you go to any what do you call it? You could go pay for this stuff. Right? But you're looking to keep equal. This is problematic talking points that we see all over the place. That's why the modern dating is struggling. The name of this platform is Modern Dating Life. The irony, right? It's crazy.